Weird Realities Network presents Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales, where we pull up a log, roast a marshmallow, and settle in as these two blondes talk spooky tales, urban legends, and classic horror icons. Exciting guests, perky blondes, and sinister tales makes this podcast as good as a double stack s'more. So let's join Bethany and Krystal as they gather around the campfire in Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Krystal, one of your hosts for Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. Bethany's going to be joining us a little bit later. First, we have a very, very special guest that I would like to interview and introduce you all to Mike. How are you doing tonight, Mike? Okay, all right. So just so you know, usually how interviews work, I'll ask you a question, you respond. But really, I just think everybody really wants to, get to know you, get to know what your inspiration is, what really inspired you to do the work that you do. Sure. Okay. So you don't understand what I'm asking. I see. So what I really want to know, and if anybody out there watching wants to know questions too, just let me know what you really want to know, what you really would like Mike to tell us. So, I've seen some of your work before, Mike, and it seems like there's really just like some urgency, no real like plans in the way that you like stab people. Seems really random. Is there a reason that it's random? You're really not in the mood for an interview tonight, are you? Londa's not sure either. I think, hi, Londa. Thanks for joining us. We're trying to interview Mike right now, but he just doesn't have much to say. So I don't know, Mike. Maybe I see that you like cheese. I like cheese too. You ruined it.
That was the code word.
The code word was avocado. I mean, Londa thinks you're sexy, though.
Hey, guys, it's B. No.
Surprise! It wasn't Michael Myers at all.
I totally thought it was cheese. And literally 2 seconds ago, we said avocado.
So, a little back scenes advice. We weren't sure how long I'd be able to keep the one-sided conversation going on. So we had a code word. Hi, Brandy. We had a code word of avocado of when Bethany would break character, but apparently she just lost it at cheese.
Yeah, I lost it at cheese. Sorry. Hey, Brandy, what's up?
Hi, Brandy. Welcome to the show.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I had my little mask going, and I forgot our code word, and I broke character too early.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
I was doing really good, I thought.
Krystal was doing awesome. She was rocking that interview.
She was just staring at me while I asked about how she likes to stab people.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, thanks for playing along, Londa. I appreciate that. And Brandy, welcome back. It's been a while. Glad you could join us tonight.
It's been a while, yeah. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Just kind of checking in, talking about horror stuff. So
yeah. And this week talking about one of the most prolific, I think, franchises out there, Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is also, I'm just going to say, like one of the most confusing if you're trying to just watch them in the order they came out, because there's so many different timelines, and I figured out all the timelines for the movies.
You did?
So, yes.
Okay, let's start with that so we can kind of bring people up to speed in case they have not seen all of the Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So do you want to take control of that there?
Yeah, I've got my list so I don't forget.
Sweet. Go for it.
So there's obviously the original Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 that came out in like 78 and 81. And that is pretty much where you're going to start anywhere. Like anytime you're watching Halloween movies, almost always you want to start with those two. Halloween 1 and Halloween 2. Then the original ones would be skip number 3 because that has nothing to do with anything. You don't need to watch that.
That's the one with no Michael at all, right? It's just the kids trick-or-treating in the toy company.
Yep, it's the toy company that
Okay.
is trying to take over the world with Halloween masks.
Mm-hmm.
Which there actually was a reason that they did that. Apparently, the creators of Halloween had been asked to do another Halloween after the second one, and they were like, well, we don't really want to keep doing it. We want to do something without Michael. And so that's how Halloween 3 came about. And
Interesting.
and then obviously they immediately went back to Michael Myers.
I love they're like, we want Halloween, but no Michael. Like,
yeah, it's not Halloween without Mike Myers. Sorry.
exactly.
So then we've got Halloweens 4, 5, and 6. And I'm just going to put some side notes in these because in this one, Laurie Strode has a 7-year-old daughter in number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Laurie Strode is dead, but her 7-year-old daughter is living.
Right.
So 4, 5, and 6 follow her daughter and Michael coming after her daughter, Jamie. And then that's pretty much the end of that timeline. None of the other. I saw something online where it called the Halloween franchise the choose your own adventure of horror movies, because you can pretty much choose like which timeline you want to go with and which story you want to get. So the second timeline, again, starting with Halloween 1 and 2, and then it's H2O, which is the 20-year. And then
Josh Hartnett, just saying. Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett. And then Resurrection. Laurie dies again in Resurrection. That's the second time Laurie's died.
She goes out the window, right?
Huh?
Doesn't she go out the window in that one?
She gets thrown. Well, she gets stabbed and then thrown off of a building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She again has a kid, Josh Hartnett, who's 17, which Halloween 4 came out 10 years after the first Halloween, and she had a 7-year-old. Halloween H2O came out 20 years later, and she had a 17-year-old. And again, they say just ignore the things from the other timelines. But I'm like, basically, you're saying she had twins, faked her death, and took her favorite with her. You know,
Laurie Strode move.
She's like, I like the boy. We'll keep him. Jamie, we'll after you.
We'll try again with you.
I didn't really like you that much anyway. And then that finishes that timeline.
Oh gosh.
We have
So we have another Michael.
Hello.
It's a Vulcan Michael.
Sorry that took so long.
You're good. So Rick, I was wearing my mask and Krystal interviewed me as Michael. So and then I broke the code word and then Brandy joined. So Brandy, this is my brother Rick. Rick, this is Krystal's friend Brandy. You both have been on the show before multiple times. So although Rikki, Landa does have a very serious question for you.
Uh-oh.
She wants to
Was that one like cheese?
because on mine, you can see right there under Mike, it says that I like cheese. So
Gotcha.
and Brandy will be back with us shortly.
Yeah.
I'm taking over as Brandy for now.
Yeah, there we go. Where's your wig at?
And currently we're just talking about the different timelines that exist in
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah.
So we're up to the third timeline, which is Rob Zombie's 2 Halloween movies, Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, which are the first one's kind of a remake, but not exactly.
Right.
And then his Halloween 2 is just a completely its own storyline. Then we have the fourth timeline, which again starts with Halloween 1 from 1978. But in this one, to watch it correctly, Halloween 2 from 1981 doesn't exist in this timeline. So it's just Halloween 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to Halloween 2018. And this is the most recent trilogy. So you've got Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends. So those are the 4 different timelines in the Halloween universe. So if anybody would like me to, I can add that to the comments later so that you know your different options of watching in a timeline that makes sense.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. So I'll add that later. Oh, hello, Indy.
So this fool, right as I'm about to start the show, he lays down on the floor with all of his legs spread, like he's posing for something. And I'm like, "Are you ready for your podcast interview?" And he was like, "Meow." I'm like, "Wow," he responded. So
So he was.
he was. He's a way seriously smart cat that loves attention. So I actually really like what is it they're calling it nowadays? Like with Scream, where it's not the remake. Yeah, it's not the remake, but it's like where they're remaking the new storyline.
Yeah. Is it a requel?
Requel.
That kind of works.
Is that the word?
I
It's not,
actually like
it works.
I know. But like I like that one. I like, so it's basically Halloween 1 and then jumps to the newest Halloween series that came in that basically wrapped everything up.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that one, with the exception of I do like the Halloween with Josh Hartnett because it has the sorority girls in there, and and she's like the house mother. She just like kicks ass. So I like that one like spin-off one right there. Mike just joined us too. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Mike.
Oh, so I'm running late.
Join the club.
Londa, you have to wrap him in on what we were doing.
Yeah. There was definitely shenanigans at the start of this one.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Mike's talking about our last episode.
The Spanish translation. That's what it is. Michael Myers is really ill.
Yeah. Well,
it's just really a chupacabra.
When I posted about the Halloween episode, Mike also corrected us about the about how he didn't hear anything about the chupacabra from before, or he heard about it before 1998 also. So I was like, yeah, it's definitely a Mandela effect. Like,
right.
We all heard of it.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm sorry, it definitely existed before then. I don't care what anybody says.
Exactly. But yeah, so I like that. I like the Halloween one and then goes into the latest series. I think that one works really well. But my little story about Halloween 2 is that I actually didn't watch it until just a few years ago. And when I was watching it, basically that was right after my accident. So I was home a lot and Axel was over. And Axel was asleep one time on my couch. And at the beginning of Halloween,
Indy said we're not done with shenanigans.
okay.
From smart to nah.
Yeah. He tripped. So at the beginning of that one, it's the nurse who's in the coroner's office where Michael's at, and oh god, no, sorry, he's getting me with his claws. Ow. So then it's the nurse in the coroner's office, and you have the nurse coming in, and she's trying to hook up with the other like doctor or nurse or something, and they have she's calling him Axel, and so she's like, Axel. And so what I did was I turned the TV up, and my Axel is asleep on the couch. And so I turned the TV up, and she's like calling Axel, and then Axel wakes up a little bit, and he's like, "Did you call my name?" And I'm like, "No, not at all." And then and then he fall back to sleep, and the nurse was like, "Axel," like yelling it in the screen, and he wakes up, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm not saying your name. I'm watching the movie." And it's like a whole back and forth thing, and it's just my happy memory.
Of how you got to play tricks on him.
Yeah, of how I got to mess with Axel.
It's just fun, isn't it?
Exactly. Brandy's back. What's up, Brandy?
Sorry, my laptop.
It happens.
So Mike says he likes the original Halloween series. He did not like the Rob Zombie. I think Rob Zombie for a lot of people is like you either love it or hate it. Like there's no in between really on that one.
So
the last one was based off of the original too, if I remember correctly. They were trying to bring it back to that.
The Rob Zombie ones?
No, the last. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
the
trilogy.
last, like, the most recent trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, with Rob Zombie's, like, Halloween, like, I did kind of like how it was more about what Mike was like as a kid. I kind of thought, like, because, it kind of, at least in Rob Zombie's answers, it answered some questions that, like, I had thought to myself, like, I didn't necessarily need answers to them, but it was like, but it did answer some questions that I'd randomly think of that I'm not thinking of right now. So, and I thought that was kind of, it's always kind of like, oh, well, like, what was going on when he was a kid? And it's just like, because in the original, it's just like, oh, here's my sister, I'm stabbing her. And then in Rob Zombie's version, it's like, well, he had, pardon the language, a shit life. And this is just, and it's like, he wasn't, he had, like, and it answered, here's one of the main questions I had about the original series. What happened with Lori and why didn't he kill her? And Rob Zombie answered that question, which was nice.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks for answering that question. He actually did care about Lori. The second one Rob Zombie did, I was just like, I rewatched that one last night. I hadn't seen it. Well, actually, no, I'd never seen that one. So it wasn't a rewatch. I watched it and I was like, it was like very metaphysical, and like Mike and Lori were like sharing hallucinations about their mom telling them to kill people. Like, I wasn't too much about that one, but I thought that the first one he did was like, I liked aspects of it. So
I think that's just with Halloween in itself. Like, Halloween, the first movie, was so good, and it just hooked you in. I mean, it's like with all the classic ones of that time. You got Halloween, you got Friday the 13th, you got Freddy Krueger. The first ones at that time were the perfect time for those movies to come out because it hooked people so well. And so then the creators were like, okay, now we got to come out with more. And then they came out with just franchises. And all three of those franchises were basically like, they almost had to become more ridiculous than each other. Like each movie had to just become more crazy. But the thing with Halloween is there were so many different directors and creators who wanted to make their version the serious one, but it still kind of came out ridiculous.
Yep.
But I feel like with Jason, you're like, this is going to be funny. Like, this is going to be crazy, whatever. He's going to be
like, there one where he goes to space?
that was pretty good.
That's a good one.
And then
I liked it.
With Freddy versus Jason. That was like the epic.
Yeah. Like,
Freddy Krueger's actor was actually in one of the Halloween episodes.
Oh, really?
And yeah, he was in there.
Robert Englund, right?
Yes. And he at one point, because they shot the first film, at least, they shot that not in Halloween, but like spring. And so they had to paint all of those leaves, and then they would have to, when they're blowing and stuff, they had to go collect them all because that was a lot of money. And he was one of the guys who actually went and collected those. So yeah.
Yeah, and they definitely had a pretty small budget for the first one. Like, they only had 3 pumpkins for the entire, like, that's all they had. So they had to be really careful with their pumpkins, and they actually did like smash the pumpkins. So it was like they had to make sure that they lasted until they were ready to smash them because they only got one chance for that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, just as like a little side note, if anyone who is interested in the actors, like you were talking about Robert Englund, what's James Hodder? Was that it? Who played the Freddy who played Jason? Kane Hodder. I'm so sorry. Kane Hodder, he played Jason for most of the Jason movies. Okay. He actually came out with a documentary about Jason, and he was talking about how he was like the main Jason for so many things, and his story is so incredible. If you guys can ever watch that documentary, it's actually really, really good. But he talks about how he was basically Jason. Like, people associate him as the Jason character more than any of the other actors because he's been in so many Jason movies. And when they did Freddy versus Jason, he was not part of it. Oh. And so it was just such a cut to him on things. So I know that's like totally different from from Halloween, and maybe we can do a Friday the 13th episode later on. But that was just something that I was like, oh my gosh, like, oh yeah, we're talking about documentaries and the actors. So
Yeah.
Mike says that he has a Freddy autograph, and Heather, who's the original girl in the Nightmare autograph as well. I got the original Jason autograph and one of the later Jason autographs as well. Dude, Mike.
I just think Mike has all the autographs.
Exactly, because he also has the cool stories too.
Yeah. Mike's like, yeah, I have that autograph.
Yeah. I think he had like William Shatner's autograph. He had to wait in like line for 8 hours or something for one time.
Which, speaking of William Shatner, I feel like this is almost common knowledge, but just in case you didn't know, Michael's mask was a William Shatner mask that they modified.
Yep, they painted it white and cut the holes out a little bit bigger, and yeah, that was basically that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post this by Mike real quick. 300 celebrity autographs.
Only 300.
400.
Dude,
I think he likes baseball.
Yeah.
autographs.
And like my brother like owned a card shop for a while, and I don't think he has that many autographs.
Wait, what's brother?
Sam.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think he still does trade shows, but he doesn't own a shop anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so back to Halloween.
So,
Brandy, did you watch all the Halloweens, or do you just like some of them, or what are your thoughts?
No, I haven't watched all of them. Kind of like, as you guys said, they kind of got more ridiculous. So, I mean, I like cheesy horror movies, but there's only so much you can take. But no, I haven't watched all of them, but definitely like the first one. I did like Rob Zombie's one. So, I enjoyed that one. So, but it's been a while since I watched them all. So,
Yeah.
I tried to watch all of them in preparation. I came really close. I wasn't able to watch the new trilogy, but I have seen the new trilogy. I just don't have it fresh in my mind.
So I haven't watched the new trilogy in a while, but I've listened to the audiobook, and it's actually pretty cool. What I like about the audiobook series and everything is that they refer to Michael as the stranger.
Huh.
So he's not like Michael. He's not anything at all. He's just
Not a
the
person.
stranger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think in the script of the first movie, I don't know if it was the stranger or just like they didn't really, it was like the shape. That's what they call them. The shape.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
well, even then the name was different. It was the babysitter murder or something like that.
That's
right?
actually a false rumor.
Oh, really? Huh?
Really? Because like in
It was never going to be called anything other
was
than
talking
Halloween.
about that.
I think it was kind of one of those where you know how they refer to movies as a certain thing while they're making the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't actually make it that name.
Yeah,
So
I think it
might have
was like
been
the
something.
project name to keep hidden what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, because
it's
I thought that
probably
too, that's what they were actually going to name it until I was doing research, and I was like, oh, nope, just a rumor.
Well,
Or
Hitchcock
maybe
would do
project
things like that. He would actually hide some of his movies or lock them up and such. And speaking of Hitchcock, there's actually a relation there. Psycho was part of the inspiration for John Carpenter for this, and Jamie Lee Curtis's mom was the actress in Psycho.
Yep.
On top of that, the boyfriend in there, I think, was the guy who played the doctor,
Dr. Loomis?
Yeah. So, or at least the name. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the same actor, but I mean, I'm sure we could look it up on IMDb really fast. But
we could probably.
Yeah. I knew about the Jamie Lee Curtis and her mother reference, but where it was filmed, part of Psycho was filmed in Phoenix, actually, at one of the Hilton Garden Inns, and I've stayed there twice, and they have the Hitchcock room, and they have like all the Psycho references, and it's just kind of funny.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of cool.
That's fun. I did not. I mean, I knew it was partially filmed in Phoenix, but I didn't know that they had like a Psycho or Hitchcock room.
Yeah, It's kind of cool. Londa says that, speaking of autographs, she has our fellow weird kids, Scott and Alan's autographs.
Nice. I like
And
it.
then Mike lets us know about all of his autographed baseball players and baseballs and bats and everything. Baseball's pretty cool. A lot of people like baseball. And then Mike also says his most valuable piece is his cast signed by Goonies poster, which is awesome. 9 signatures valued at approximately $1,800. So that's our parents, Rick, mom and dad, have actually been to where they filmed Goonies. What was like Astoria, Oregon, or something like that. Yeah, they were there and they like took photos and all that stuff.
Sweet. Well, that's cool.
And then Mike, yep, the Psycho House is built at Universal Studios, and you can see it at the Universal Studios tour in Hollywood. I was actually just at Universal Studios on Sunday. We were there for Universal Studios and Horror Nights, which is really cool. I did not get to do the tram tour. Axel did with his dad and his mom, and they got to go down and they got to do the Psycho House and all that fun stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, it was really fun.
But I'm like, I know I've done that tour with you, and you and I took pictures in front of the Bates Motel.
Oh yeah. One of the best stories I remember is when Jim Carrey was filming The Grinch down there at Universal Studios. And at one point he was not dressed as the Grinch. He actually dressed up. I believe it was Jim Carrey. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think it's Jim Carrey. But he basically dressed up as the mother from Psycho. So when the studio tour came through, he actually ran down the hill and like jumped on the back of the studio tour bus and like freaked people out.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't
doing that.
Yeah. Jaws.
Mike Jaws was actually still there, so you can still see Jaws.
Jaws also has a tie-in to Halloween.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
So the stunt actor who played most of Michael Myers, he was the same stunt actor who was in Jaws. He was the one that was in the cage who had to stick him. He was the stunty who played for the actor, who was supposed to stick Jaws with the strychnine or whatever it was to, basically get him. And the automated or the robotic shark was so rough in there that he talks about how he nearly drowned. But he plays Michael Myers, and when he went in for it, for the interview type thing, he basically just grabbed the mask, walked in, and just didn't answer anything. And
so like me earlier today,
until I mentioned cheese, and you lost it.
I did. I lost it. To be fair, I told Krystal this, but not everyone knows. But where you see me, what I see goes right out to my parking lot, and I had my window open. So all people who are walking across my parking lot during a busy rush hour time was this, staring back at them, like watching them as they walked across. So I kind of lost it a little bit, and I was a little distracted.
That works. But it's good to know that Michael Myers' Achilles heel is cheese. So
Exactly. He loves cheese. I'm not going to lie. I've got some cheese right here. But,
I mean, maybe if I offered him cheese, I wouldn't be the first to die.
Oh, God.
It's probably...
Now, each of the Michael Myers, they tried to kill off, and yet they keep coming back. Obviously the different timelines, like you said, some of them have different supernatural elements, and but even Jamie Lee Curtis, she had requested that she be killed off so that she wouldn't be coming back. And
yeah, they tried that and it didn't work. She's been killed off multiple times.
Yeah.
She comes back almost as much as Michael does.
Which is actually really cool, because for the only time in any horror series that I can think of, the main protagonist does that.
Yeah.
Alan says, hey, Alan.
Hi, Alan. She also has lots of kids, but always only one kid.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why you have to just look at whatever timeline you're watching at that time.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Huh.
Yeah. There's oh yeah, Rikki, were you here when we were talking about her twins that aren't twins?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, so in Halloween 4, she had a 7-year-old. And then in Halloween H2O, she had, which was 10 years later, she had a 17-year-old. One was a girl, one was a boy. Only one of them existed at a time. Or
Okay.
she just left the girl behind and decided that she'd keep the boy.
There you go.
You know, if Michael's chasing you, sometimes sacrifices are made. So, you know.
Which, can we talk about the girl before? Like, I actually hadn't seen Halloween 6, which is the last one with Jamie, her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Jamie, her daughter.
Yeah, that's Laurie's daughter's name in 4, 5, and 6. Her
Right. Okay, got
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Her name is Jamie. That's the last one she's in. And it was not great, but it was weird. And has anybody seen that one?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, then
With the
at
cult?
the end, Jason, Michael Myers is, dead, but she's basically continuing the thing. Is that the one that you're talking about? Because she kills her mom at the end and is...
Wait,
Mm-mm.
no. Are you talking about the latest ending of the whole series?
Was it, or was it that one?
Like the last
I
movie
didn't
that
see
came
them
out?
in order.
The
So,
ending that you're talking about sounds more like the ending to Rob Zombie's number 2.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where she kills Michael and then she puts his mask on.
I think
And their
Krystal-
mother is like a ghost off in the side.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Rob Zombie number 2.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't see them in order, so I have
No, that's fine.
idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think what you're talking about the latest one, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about number 6, which is hold on. What is it called? The Cult of Michael Myers or something? There's a
Oh,
cult.
from the original run.
From the original run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the Curse, maybe.
Okay. No, then I saw those.
Yeah,
but
it's
they
the
were
Curse
so
of Michael
long ago.
Myers.
Yeah. The ones I've seen recently were the recent ones.
Okay.
The original and then the recent, because I try to watch them in that order, cutting off that first timeline. I've seen those, but it was so long ago I couldn't.
Yeah, so The Curse of Michael Myers came out in 95, so it actually came out just 2 years before Halloween H2O.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul Rudd's in it, looking the same as he does now, because he's Paul Rudd. And he plays Tommy, the little boy that Laurie Strode was babysitting in the first one. But
Okay.
a grown-up
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Okay. And then there's and then her daughter, who's now 15, she just starts pregnant. It's so weird, you guys. So in number 5, they think Michael's dead, but he's not. And he and Jamie get kidnapped, or they disappear at the end. So little girl and Michael Myers, they disappear. And then the Curse of Michael Myers, she's pregnant, being held by a cult that, as far as I can tell, worships Michael Myers. And she's pregnant. You don't know who impregnated her, but she tries to escape with the baby, but everybody's obsessed with the baby and trying to make a sacrifice or something. And Michael's like, I need this baby. And so then the whole thing is they're trying to protect the baby. Jamie dies at the beginning after she gives birth. And the whole thing's about Michael needs this baby because he needs to sacrifice the baby. It was it was the hardest plot to follow in the entire world. It was so confusing. I was just like, does this cult worship them? Is he the father of the baby? Did this cult keep the two of them separated in the same place for years?
Wait, if he was the father, he would be his niece's father.
Don't think about it too hard.
Oh my
There would be some inappropriate familial relationships going on. Yes.
There was like back and forth between, Laura being his sister and being the babysitter, depending on which one too. So
Yeah, I feel so bad for the writers, who were essentially given this like task. They're like, we need to keep the series going. You can't start it over because that's going to be later in years. But you need to do something with this series, and they're like, "F it, like we'll just."
fine, he's possessed by some demon, and maybe the close to being the demon.
There we go. Like they're rolling
the
a
spirits are
dice.
stronger on Halloween, so that's why he's so stupid strong. And yeah.
Yeah. And then,
It's the
okay, we went a
writers-
little bit too weird with this one, so we just need to start over. But
You know what? Who should start this over? Rob Zombie.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the name. Come on, yeah.
By the way, Alan asked, "What do you think of Rob Zombie's Halloween? The girl that played Jamie is in it. Which Jamie?
is she in it?
Which Jamie?
Well, I'm thinking he's talking about the Jamie from The Curse of Michael Myers.
Okay, I gotta Google this.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the IMDb page, so I'm looking.
Okay, cool. You go for it because what? Sorry, I'm trying to follow you and I'm trying to follow the comments. And Mike keeps talking about Halloween Town, and it distracts me every time
Halloween
he
Town.
posts.
Oh, I'm
Well,
not saying in the comments.
Rob
Well,
Zombie does Halloween
okay.
Town.
Well, okay. So I think one of them, one of the Halloweens was actually okay. Hold on, fine. There you
There
go.
you go, Crystal. There.
But one of the
Mike, you're
Halloweens.
messing me up.
Oh, okay, because that
was
was
weird
probably two
because-
different girls. The girl that played Jamie in Halloween 5 and 6 was probably different. Okay, sorry,
Oh.
keep going.
But one of the Halloweens was weird in the fact that there was no Michael Myers or Jamie Lee Curtis.
Halloween
And
3.
yeah, see, and
That was the kids with the trick or treating
yeah,
and the
it's
toy
like,
and the toy company. Yeah,
okay.
we went Halloween, no Michael, and the writer's like, "Well, if I didn't drink before, I drink now." So
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, Danielle Harris. She was in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
wait, is that Jensen's wife?
No, that's Danielle.
Oh,
I have. Why do I know these things? I don't even think about it. I'm like, no.
So it's just off the top too. That
I'm
was fast.
so bad with names.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I quit watching after Halloween 3.
It's like this isn't Halloween.
At this point, you just make your own Halloween.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so she played Jamie in Halloween 5 and Halloween 4 because that was the same girl. And then she plays one of Laurie's friends in Rob Zombie's Halloween.
And poor Londa keeps bringing this up every time. And that damn song.
So the song.
Join us and sing it. I don't like this song is not in my head at all.
No, but it is set. They try to make it creepy, obviously, and for those who are music lovers and such, usually a song is set up in kind of like a 4/4 time or something like that. It's usually what we're used to, 4 beats per measure and that sort of such. This song is set up in 5/4 time, so it's already going to be off. And it's really simple, which is great. It's clean, it's concise, and it's done in this whole synth. And then you have these long held notes, your synthetic, just the footnote that's down there for a while. And it's usually building up anticipation, and you're just kind of like, end it, type thing. And horror films of the time would typically hold those longer. So yeah, the whole music was based off of, let's try to make this edgy and not edgy, but hyper crisp in certain areas, but also simple, just enough to be off.
Mike, I have a bone to pick with you.
Uh-oh.
Because he keeps posting this stuff, going Tim Burton to do a version of Halloween Town. It keeps coming back to Halloween Town.
He did.
Like, this is not a Halloween Town episode.
but instead of Halloween Town, it's
But instead of Halloween, it's Halloween Town, but Mike Myers is coming through.
I love his accent so much.
It's Halloween Town, but instead of isn't there like that giant pumpkin in the middle of the town square? Anytime anybody comes too close, Mike Myers comes out and stabs you.
Then you just need the witches from Hocus Pocus.
Exactly. Brandy's like, I'm done with all of you.
He's like, I'm just listening to the chaos.
Mike's all mashup movie. And now Alan's on it. He's like, original Halloween Town is the
No, he says Halloween.
He just said Halloween.
Yeah, he didn't say Halloween Town. But there you go.
Sorry.
No, I'm like, I definitely feel like I did skip when I was watching the movies. I did skip Halloween 3 because I was just like, it doesn't matter. And now I'm like, I should have watched it so I could have remembered the song because the song's become like a huge thing.
Well, now I gotta look.
It's in my head right now. So
hold on.
I don't remember the song.
Hold on. You talk amongst yourselves.
Oh no, that song I remember, but not the Halloween 3 song.
Oh, okay.
No, the Halloween, like the general Halloween theme song. Yeah, that back when people had ringtones, that was my ringtone.
Okay, I still have the Halloween ringtone as my ringtone, and it sucks because every time I go into a spirit Halloween, I think somebody's calling me. It sucks.
Yeah, but you also had the
was on anything higher than vibrate.
You had the Jason soundtrack.
I did have Jason as my text message notification. So I had Halloween as my ringtone and Jason as my text.
Yeah. All you need is Freddy Krueger on the front,
Yeah. He's all
claws.
I love Freddy.
I mean, I'm sure you could get a Freddy Krueger phone case.
So I have a Harry Potter purse, and everyone thinks it's a Freddy Krueger, and that's actually why I got it, because I thought it was Freddy Krueger until you turn around and you see Harry Potter.
How does it look like Freddy Krueger, but it's Harry Potter? Where is this purse?
Hold on.
So, supernatural stuff. I mean, this dude is unkillable, or he does die and keeps coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see the confusion.
I thought Freddy Krueger, and then I'm like, oh, it's Harry Potter, which I love also, so I was totally okay with it.
So it's like a 2-in-1.
Pretty much. I can't find the Halloween 3 song because so many other songs are coming up. Londa, is it the commercial you're talking about? Because I'm getting Halloween 3 commercial.
I think the commercial plays a song.
Silver Shamrock commercial. Hold on, there's an ad.
Of course there's an ad.
Let's see.
Can't watch. You know what gets me? When you're like,
here you go.
Okay. Oh, yep, that's it. Well, that's just London Bridge is falling down.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, that one is London Bridge falling down. And there was something special about that. There was a reason why they had that. It was like either super cheap or something. But there was a reason why they had that. And it was something practical, actually.
It was the commercial for the toy company, and I feel really bad because I know Londa was like, not the song, and then literally someone on these comment section is like, please stop it, I'm begging you, please stop it. So maybe that was Londa commenting, I don't know.
Londa's like, I can't handle the song.
Mike says Halloween
3D.
was kind of like 3D.
I'm not sure I've seen Friday the 13th 3D.
Was another one in space? No, it wasn't. No, it's the one where he throws the spear and you see the spear going through the screen, and
which would be very much like My Bloody Valentine in 3D.
Yes, with Jensen Ackles, who married Danielle Harris, which is not Danielle Harris that Crystal was talking about.
My Bloody Valentine,
we can actually have a whole supernatural mix with everything.
Meanwhile, poor Brandy is still like, I don't understand you guys. Brandy, do you have any thoughts?
No, I'm listening.
Brandy's like, it's almost 10 here. I'm tired.
Like,
we all just got off work. So we're like,
So Some of us came across town.
It's a
Sorry.
little late here, but it's okay.
Randy, we appreciate you being on here. There's a lot of comments going on. Okay, hold on, let me back up. I did Mike's right with 3D. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Londa says 3 more days till Halloween. Okay, that was the song. That's
Okay, so it is London Bridge, but there's because they just do it like they do it to like it is like a creepified version of London Bridge.
Yeah.
And 3 more days till Halloween.
And then Mike being Mike went off
Remix
to
the
Freddie
song,
again.
Krystal.
Oh, that's my
Your door.
favorite.
Yeah, okay.
Yep,
Right,
Mike's talking
tell
about
me
Freddie.
where you
Londa said it worked with the
Then
mess.
lock your door.
Oh, Alan wants to know if we like the newer Halloween movies. I liked them.
Yeah, I made the mistake of watching Halloween Kills before the new Halloween, and I was confused because it like does the same thing as Halloween and Halloween 2, where it like basically picks up exactly where the first one left off, and I was like, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I like them.
what I like about the new series, is it series that came along? Yeah, it's not a trilogy. If it's
It
part
is
of the
It's considered a trilogy. Yeah.
Okay, so the 1, the 2, and the 3. I actually kind of liked it because it added in the stories of the kids who were being babysat at the time and the nurse who was involved. And what I liked about that is that in Halloween, the second one of those, or the third one, I don't know, they actually got a little bit of revenge on Michael, but then, Michael killed him because that's what he does. But I like that it kind of grasped or like kind of brought in their stories too. And you learned a little bit more about their characters and what they had to go through. Because everyone was focused on Lori. And it's like, no, Sherlock or Indy. It's not just her. Like there were so many people involved. And I like even seeing the sheriff when you see him as like the beginning of being a sheriff, like his first year on the job and how he had to deal with Michael and all that stuff. And now he's like the sheriff of the town, like 20 years later, dealing with everything. Mm-hmm. So I liked hearing all the different stories and how they kind of came about in real life and like in real time. And just kind of how their stories ended or kept going. I liked that. I like hearing all the different stories of all the different characters involved and not just focusing on the 2 main ones.
Yeah, I get it. Right. I mean, that's what I liked about Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like it added backstory. Yeah. So,
which Halloween is the one where they do the a bunch of people are going through the Halloween house, but with the cameras and stuff. Like
with Busta Rhymes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Halloween Resurrection.
Oh, okay.
Well, wasn't it Busta Rhymes and like Tyra Banks and Kelly? No, not Kelly. No, Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were doing like a reality show.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was kind of fun.
I like that one.
It was different. It had a different take on the story without following the original timeline. Because I feel like with Michael, everyone's trying to revamp the timeline, like revamp it, change it up. And this was like, nope, we're just going to keep going, make our own movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
it was just in the world of.
Yeah. One thing that I liked about, I think it was actually in like 4, 5, and 6, the town had like this whole like, it's been years since Michael Myers and like everything happened, like the first Halloween, and like the teenagers like gather and party just like in Scream, how they do that. And one of the Screams, I think the one with Hayden Panettiere, like all the teenagers get together and have this like stab fest or whatever. Yeah. So it was like similar, and but it was like obviously pre-Scream, and it was just like, but it was like one of those running themes that like goes through, like, because like Scream is like very meta and whatever, but it's like, oh, but Halloween did this first.
Right, where you had each of the kids, or you had a whole bunch of different kids that were all wearing the masks and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and they're like, this is what our town's famous for, so we're going to embrace it, and we're all going to like celebrate this serial killer. Like
Mike. Oh my gosh.
So
Mike.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm excited for the Pet Sematary series.
Mike, you're just trying to find off-topic comments.
Yeah, like we get into enough tangents on our own, and he's just like, "Let's talk about this."
But he knows I'm going to go with it.
Next year.
Yeah, next year. Yeah. Sorry. Continue, Mike.
But yeah, that was one of the things that I liked. Because it's just like you see, like there's so many like slasher tropes that really started with the Halloween series.
Yeah.
Like the killer that never dies, no matter how many times you think he does. And the first part of the rabbit hole.
Yeah, he likes starting the rabbit hole but not continuing.
Oh.
Start stuff.
That just made me think of Cujo. I was like,
Pet Cemetery, rabbit hole,
Yeah, sure. Animals. We can get going on about Stephen King and animals again.
Maybe there's a popper in there somewhere.
I mean, I don't think Stephen King kills any dogs in Pet Cemetery. He just brings them back to life.
Yeah. I mean, they
As
died,
evil dogs.
but they came back to life, and nobody knows about the Wendigo. But, whatever.
Yeah.
Another story.
I mean, I don't think they ever call it the Wendigo in the book. No. I might be wrong because it's been a while since I've read the book.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I thought the caretaker referenced it.
I mean, they definitely talk about it, and it's definitely like Wendigo qualities, but I just don't. I mean, I might be wrong. Like I said, it's been a while since I've read the book. I just don't remember them using the name Wendigo, but maybe they did.
Alan,
Wait, look what you did.
Oh my gosh. There's just.
Well, unless you're watching The Dead Never Die or The Dead Don't Die.
Yeah. You know what? I was very surprised at. I need to state that. I was really surprised at how many people hated The Dead Never Die, and I actually liked it. I
did too.
Bought it.
It's the meta. Yeah, the meta of it I really liked.
What'd you say, Krystal?
I don't think I've seen it. Brandy, have you?
Mm-mm.
I like that doesn't even sound familiar to me, honestly.
Bill Murray, Adam Driver.
Mm-hmm. With a zombie movie. With aliens. And it works.
Isn't Bill Murray in Zombieland?
No. Yes. Yes.
He was. But
That's
he was
the only zombie movie I know him from.
He was a main character in this one. And like I'm part of so many zombie groups, and every single one of them hate that movie. And I'm like, I feel like a minority because I don't want to like say that I like it because I'm afraid they're all going to attack me on it. But I do. I like that movie. I bought it. I thought it was funny. It's so you have to know the director and his style to understand why it's such a funny movie. And if you don't like that director or his style, you're not going to like it. But
I mean, I can see with the ending being weird, but
it was so weird. Which
it was also meta, and it did partially lead up to it. Especially with Adam Driver's constant, this isn't going to end well.
Exactly. And they're all putting the soundtrack to it.
How do you know?
Like, he's all, I read the script. Mike saw The Dead Don't Die is voted worst zombie movie by watching Weird the other night. See, everybody hates it. I love it.
But isn't there like zombie... Oh, shoot. Zombie... Oh man, what was the German zombie Nazis must die? Come on, that one.
I mean,
that one's worse.
I mean, I can agree with the sentiment though.
Warm bodies, yeah.
Zombie Nazis, like we should definitely get rid of any zombie Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean, Nazis are bad enough when they're alive. I don't want them to be undead.
But is that considered a double negative? Then it's a positive. Wow. Okay, my mind. I want to know about Warm Bodies. Okay, you know what? If you want to do a Romeo and Juliet version of zombie, Warm Bodies did a pretty good adaptation of that. But I wouldn't. I don't always think of Romeo and Juliet with.
You got John Malkovich. I mean,
yeah. Wait, because I read the book Warm Bodies and then saw the movie, and the book was more zombie than the movie was. If that makes sense.
Londa likes it, and then she goes, I never agree with watching Weird's opinion. Thank you, Mom.
Like I didn't dislike Warm Bodies. It just wasn't what I was fully wanting because I was wanting it to be more like the book.
Yeah.
And like there's the romance aspect in the book, but I think it doesn't focus on it as much as the movie does.
Mike wants to know.
And the book concentrates more on the zombie stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Sorry. Mike wants to know what our worst mainstream zombie movie is.
Unless he was claiming that was the worst mainstream
he
movie.
could be claiming it. But hey, that's a good question. What is your worst mainstream zombie movie? Or you know what? We'll just open up. What's your worst Halloween classic that you guys don't like?
I mean, actually, well, off of that, would Michael Myers possibly be considered undead?
I mean, he's died a few times, kind of.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean,
is Laurie Strode a zombie?
Ooh,
because she's died a few times too.
Why?
She is pretty annoying, and she still can't carve a pumpkin. So
right?
I mean, unless you're going the total human route, in which case maybe Michael Myers suffers from that aphasia type medical condition where you can't feel things.
Yeah, there's that too.
And that's why he gets shot and keeps going, because he just doesn't feel things. But you can still die.
Well, yeah.
Have that, whatever it's called. Aphasia.
I think what we've learned is that you can just die in any horror movie and you'll be back for the sequel no matter what, because the writers are always desperate. So,
yeah.
At least Cabin in the Woods covers a lot of that sort of stuff.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna chalk that up as probably one of the worst ones. I didn't like Cabin in the Woods.
I love Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, I love that one.
I got Cabin Fever because it's different.
Yes, I got Cabin Fever mixed
Cabin
up
Fever,
Cabin
yeah.
Cabin Fever.
Cabin in the Woods was good.
Cabin in the Woods, genius. Cabin Fever. I'm sorry.
I like that one.
And ultimate favorite for me would be Tucker and Dale versus the Evil.
Is what you like or didn't like?
I do like.
Yo, thank you. Okay.
Yes.
It's so much easier for me to think of like ones I really like than ones I dislike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tucker and Dale, amazing. Cabin in the Woods, genius. Cabin Fever, didn't like it. I'm sorry.
No, like I thought Cabin Fever was like
Cabin Fever.
No, like Cabin, like I mean, I'm always like, if it's a slasher movie and it makes me laugh, I'm happy. Honestly, like it. I'm not expecting Oscar worthy. I'm not like. I just wanted to entertain me for a couple hours, and I grew up on 80s horror slasher movies, so I'm like, if it makes me laugh, I'm happy.
Yeah, I feel like Cabin Fever was just, maybe I was just in a weird mood, but I didn't get it. Like, was it a parasite? Was it a psychological thing? I didn't know what.
Was it like the contaminated water?
Yeah, like what was it that they were experiencing? I didn't know what it was, and I was just really confused because randomly there was like a guy dressed as a bunny, and then I was like flashback to like Donnie Darko, and I liked that one, but this one was weird. And then the guy was like trying to get his girlfriend off, and there was like blood, and I'm like, this was so weird.
I mean, who doesn't love a bloody? I'm just going to. I'm not sure what word to use there. So,
all I can say is thank God our parents are not watching this episode, Rikki.
I know. I was just like, I'm not sure if they're watching
dinner together tomorrow.
Who doesn't love bloody head?
Like, it was so weird. Rikki's got. Lana's all, I didn't like it, but I still liked it. I didn't get it. And then Alan's over here going, y'all like werewolf movies?
Yes. If given
werewolf.
a choice between undead and something live, I'm always going to go with the live ones. So, like the vampires versus werewolves, for me, I'm always going to go with werewolves.
Yeah. Tom, our brother, really likes Underworld and the vampire and werewolves thing. He really likes that. I liked, what was the newest werewolf one that came out? Okay, there's two werewolf ones I like. One is the father who goes to a retirement home, and at the retirement home, they all turn into werewolves, and he's trying to protect himself from all the retired werewolves. And it's funny. I'm going to look it up because y'all look very confused.
Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar, but it sounds really fun.
But I've watched that movie so many times, but I don't know the name of it. I'll have to look it up. That one's actually
sounds
really
a lot
good.
like Bubba Hotep.
No, it's not. I know what you're talking about, and I've seen it.
Really funny one, Idle Hands.
Oh my God.
It's a good one.
That's not even weird.
I just remember when they microwaved the hand.
And they duct tape the friend's head back on, and he's trying to eat a burrito.
And it's just like seeping out.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, for me at the time, but then I'm also a child of the 80s. Teen Wolf, I liked.
Yeah.
As the werewolf, you know. But then I also got into the cartoons and stuff, and yeah, so.
It is called Night of the Wolf. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on.
Oh, okay. This is not a zombie movie, but we were talking about absolute worst horror movie. The Babadook.
Oh my fucking god.
Brandy speaks.
That movie was awful.
Fucking movie. The movie gets on my nerves. I do not understand why people said that was like one of the best horror movies ever.
It was like the Blair Witch. A lot of people were really liking it, and I was like, wow.
I like the Blair Witch. I'm from Maryland.
But like Babadook, I literally was just like, can this kid die already?
Oh my god, it's so annoying.
Babadook scared Londa.
Oh no.
No.
Alan says Silent Night, Deadly Night is a good movie. What? Hulu just came out with one. Let me look it up because you guys won't believe this. It's like advertised on all of my Hulu things. Late Phases, by the way, Londa, is the name of that one. And I thought it was pretty good. And then the latest werewolf one where it's the guy and he goes up into the woods with the town, and it's actually the postal worker. The postal worker is the werewolf. Ugh, somebody know what I'm talking about.
I like vampires, not werewolf movies.
There's no
I haven't seen a werewolf movie in a long time.
It actually just came out like 2 years ago.
Okay, I read a lot of like Laura K. Hamilton and Anita Blake series and Mercedes Thompson stuff. And you got
they should make that into movies.
So,
or maybe a TV werewolf. Show. I would watch an Anita Blake TV show in a second.
Werewolves Within. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay, you just put out like. Are you sure this time? Because that's like the fourth time you've came up with a name for it.
It says 2021. It's a postal worker. I looked up werewolf postal worker. That one's good. You guys should watch that one. Werewolves Within and Late Phases. Those are good ones. Okay, what's the next thing I'm looking up?
Something on Hulu that you got excited about. I don't have Hulu, so I don't know.
Oh, Hulu. It's a sloth one. Hold on.
Oh, I saw something about that. It's like the Slother murder.
Slother House.
Like, who wants to give me their Hulu password so I can watch Slother House?
Okay, all right. So going back to Halloween, Michael Myers was really slow, like he never runs. Maybe he's a sloth.
He's relatable.
They're just like, Mike Myers, he just always walks really slow but catches everybody. I bet a sloth could do that.
I mean...
Oh, what was that movie with the deadly gingerbread man?
Okay. Trick or Treat?
No,
is that what you're thinking?
The gingerbread man that went around killing people. It was a horror movie.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
It was that famous actor that played him too.
Gingerbread man killer, right?
Is this as bad as like Leprechaun series or?
Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but it's really funny.
No, which is Jennifer Aniston's first movie. Gingerbread man horror movie. It's called The Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really stretched when they were thinking of that one.
It's great.
It was Never Dead Ted or Never Dead Ned. That's what that was.
Oh, yeah. I'm so lost on the comments. If I haven't gotten to your comments, I'm so sorry because I feel like everyone's comments have gone so off topic from what we've been doing. and
because we're totally on topic.
Because we're totally on topic talking about Slother House.
Exactly. Mike's all werewolves within adult diapers. Alan's all Entity was a good movie too.
Oh yeah.
Londa's
supposedly both based on a true story, The Entity.
Yeah. Londa wants to know if that is where the nursery rhyme came from. Oh, the gingerbread man? Was it a nursery rhyme or a story?
You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
I can only hear it when
I just think of Shrek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not his voice. Buttons.
You can't catch me. I'm a gingerbread man. Well, now
They
I have
did-
got you.
They did like a spooky stories version of Shrek for
I like
Halloween.
that.
I pissed my pants laughing so hard
was
at
really
the
cute.
Pinocchio one. I was like, oh my God, I can't watch this. Like,
That one and the Toy Story shorts for Halloween. Those were really
Yes.
good.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you like that?
that was good.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, I feel like this is the most off-topic show, but I feel like we all kind of went on this journey together.
All right.
Sure.
So,
Skinwalkers, you know.
out of the Halloween franchise,
Oh yeah.
which
Forgot
one
about
is your
that one.
favorite?
Definitely Halloween 1 is my favorite.
I would say the original. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody pretty much agrees the original is pretty much. And which one is your least favorite of the ones that you've seen? Because I don't
Halloween
think
3.
anybody's seen all of them.
Halloween 3. Londa's going to say Halloween 3 too because that song.
Yeah.
I was going to say
And
Dead by
Wanda Blaine
Daylight, but that's a video game that features them. So
I mean, I think for a long time I would have said 3, but I think number 6 took its place for me. The Curse of
That was the
Michael
one
Myers.
with the kid, the Paul Rudd kid.
Yeah, it's the one with Paul Rudd and like the cult, and
Mhm.
it's just, at least with Halloween 3, I can follow the storyline. I could not follow the storyline in Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my least favorite.
Do you guys have any honorable mentions of Halloween that you like?
So like what our next favorite one would be, since we all
Yeah,
agree
pretty much,
number 1 was
pretty
the best.
since I didn't see them in order, and it was a marathon of it all throughout the day, it's all kind of together for me. I didn't see all of them either, so
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, I can't really come up with any of them.
Okay.
Alan says Halloween 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Brandy, what about you?
I did like the one where they were in the house with Buster Rhymes and Tyra Banks. That's my generation that it came out in. So
Yeah. Resurrection.
Mhm.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that one.
I think Resurrection, because I just think that one's fun. Like,
Mhm.
and they have the guy that's like, which I was watching it, and he's like on his computer, and like, this was the one thing that I was like, he's not texting her, but like, he's sending messages to her phone, and they're like showing up as he types. That was the one thing that I was like, I'm pretty sure like that doesn't seem like that was technology we had back then, but maybe I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Like, that seems like they just kind of made that technology up.
Was
But
it
I-
her phone, or was it a personal assistant, a PDF or a PDF?
I think it looked like a flip phone. I think it was a flip phone.
Okay.
Wait, he was typing on the computer.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
on the screen of her phone, it was showing up as he was typing it. So it would say like,
yeah.
it would say like he's in the house, but it would show the screen and be like, as he was typing it, the words would show up. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, you have a message. It was, you're getting a message. Here it is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Alan says
PDA.
PDA, thank you.
maybe
Yeah,
it was a
personal
PDA.
digital
I don't
assistant.
know. I never had a PDA. I was too poor for stuff like that. But
I like the one with Busta Rhymes because to me it felt very original and like a nice
Mhm.
break. But I also liked Halloween H2O because one, Josh Hartnett and LL Cool J. So
Mhm.
anytime you have LL Cool J in a horror movie, I'm like, that one's pretty good. Mike. Ugh,
Halloween.
so all right, Londa says she had a Palm Pilot also. All right, guys, I think this is a pretty chaotic episode, but I feel like everyone kind of came on this with us.
Yeah.
I want to thank Rikki for joining us. Brandy, thank you so much for joining us. Oh yeah. I keep calling Rikki.
If you missed my interview with Mike Myers, you can go back to the beginning and watch it.
Yes.
And I'll go ahead and I'll put on the comments of the episode, I'll put the different timelines in case anybody wants to go and watch a specific timeline later. so that you can go back to the posted show and you'll see that there.
Awesome.
Right on.
So.
I advise not watching it.
Londa's like, it wasn't that good of an interview.
He didn't have a lot to say.
Yeah, like I just kept asking questions, and he just,
Yeah,
whatever.
That's it. So Krystal, we have one more episode after this, right? After Halloween, the day after, and then we have a holiday episode that we're gonna do. But other than that, we're going to take a hiatus. So we're going to take a little break and then come back with season 2 of Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. If you guys have any requests for shows that you want to talk about, or any topics you want to talk about, any movies you want us to review, anything like that, just let us know. We'll definitely take it in consideration, see what we can do. Rikki and Brandy, you guys are both always invited to join us. We like having you guys here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always fun hanging out.
Yeah. Rikki, do you have anything coming up? Any books or stories? Or you were working on like a D&D game or something, weren't you? Or
no, but can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, when Rikki has something to share, he'll share it.
Although I have been making thoughts about the conjoined books anthology series. So
There you go. Oh yeah. About our Halloween one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll come out next year because we don't have time this year.
I want you to publish a book in 2 weeks, please.
Yeah, that's not going to happen because I work and have bills to pay.
Yes.
Brandy, anything new coming up with you at all, or anything you want to say at all?
No, I want to go watch the new Saw movie though, for sure. But we'll
I've been
see.
rewatching the Saw movies lately. I'm almost at the new one.
Yeah.
I have not had time, but I really want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I work like 50 hours a week and then watch horror movies while I go to sleep. So
There you go.
it's my life, you guys.
Watch horror movies just to go to sleep.
What?
Retail is or whatever the job is so horrible that I watch horror movies just to go to sleep.
Oh yeah. Well, she works in insurance, so yeah, she
Stressful.
she needs it.
Yeah, Saw's is definitely much less stressful than my job.
And if you have a dark humor, it's a great release.
Yeah. I've just been watching Buffy and Angel. So
Nice.
that's what I've been watching. That and Schitt's Creek. If you guys haven't watched Schitt's Creek, that's a funny
That
series.
show's so funny.
It is so funny.
They took it off of the streaming services that I have, though, so I can't.
Oh,
watch.
it's on Hulu. Okay, I'll give you my Hulu stuff, which Hulu don't listen
Ooh,
to.
that means I'll get to watch Slaughterhouse.
Not Slither.
No, Slither was good. We could have a whole episode on Slither. I freaking love that movie. Mike says, I hope everyone has a spectacular weekend and remember to smile. So if you guys want any good uplifting stuff, Mike does post a daily uplifting message. He tags Krystal and I in it, and we really appreciate it. So if you guys want something happy to smile about, definitely check out Mike's message. And then he also says, I work 0 hours in a week and read a lot.
That's the job I want.
Yeah. Mike's got it.
And since our next episode is going to be November 1st, I hope everybody has a safe, happy Halloween. Do fun things, but don't die.
Yeah.
I won't be going out and drinking my liver into a coma anymore. So I guess I'll be fine.
You got kiddos. So kiddos, are you going to take them out trick-or-treating?
Yes. Yeah. We got something planned every weekend until the end of Halloween. So
What's his costume?
So it's going to be a Dalmatian. I wanted to do like something different, but he picked out a Dalmatian. So that's what we're going to go with.
Nice.
My nephews are going to be a taco. And I forget what the other costume is, but one of them is going to be a taco.
Is one of them,
Nice.
is the other one going to be a burrito?
It would be amazing.
Well, the other one could be a bell. That way you've got a taco and a bell.
There you go. There you go. Or leftovers.
Leftover.
No, I think, well, like my older nephew, he is getting ready to turn 7. And he's super, like, he loves, like, spooky stuff. So I'm like, yes. He and I are on the same.
Nice.
So, like, he chose something spooky. I just
cute.
don't remember. But it's, like, some weird character that I don't know.
Nice.
It's, like, kid spooky. So, you know.
Mike's going to
Okay.
sit on the roof with a water hose and spray the trick-or-treaters.
Trick. Haha.
Right. Oh, gosh. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for this interesting episode of Blonde's Book and Campfire Tales as we started to talk about Halloween and we just kind of talked about whatever we wanted. So thank you for coming with us on that journey. Thank you, Brandy and Rikki, for joining us. We
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get you guys on future episodes. We'd appreciate it. And you guys have a good, happy, safe, and Halloween, and we'll see you in November. Bye.